As the U.S. begins to emerge from the pandemic, many Americans already making plans to go on vacation. But with so much excitement about getting back out in the world again and seeing things, there are some potential financial mistakes that could be made as well. So with me is personal finance expert Farnoosh Torabi to explain how we can celebrate getting back out again, but yet be smart, money-wise about it as well. So Farnoosh, great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start with just kind of what are some overall tips you would say as people are right now making their summer vacation. And I know there's going to be a lot of busy destinations. So what are some overall tips you would give to people?
Right. Well, firstly, I think it's important to pace ourselves and look at the summer as an overall experience, as opposed to looking at it by, weekend by weekend. Look at sort of the whole 3-4 months of the summer, and what is the theme that you want to experience? Is it reconnection? Is it relaxation? While we may be tempted to go to all the weddings and all the beaches and all of the barbecues, that can add up, and that's exhausting. You're going to be real tired by the end of the summer. So think thoughtfully and strategically about what are the 2 to 4, experiences that you want to have. Pace yourself, maybe save the bigger trip towards the end of the summer so that you can continue to save for that. But planning can go a very long way here.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I've gone through that exact same thing. So after 15 months of not spending any money, not being able to go anywhere, and actually, the balance sheet, a personal balance sheet was better at the end of it. But now that we're able to, all those same temptations are coming back. So by just kind of taking a step back and thinking it through is really smart advice. So now you say it's important to budget again now, even though a lot of times we'll do this end of year, first of the year, but this is unusual couple of years we've been through. So why is that important to budget now?
It's important to budget now because our lives are shifting, and that's always a good excuse, a good reason to take a beat and re-examine how you've been spending and saving and investing over the last year. And I would argue that the last year was an unusual one. And so some of our habits are not the ones that we're going to continue going forward. But at the same time, maybe we did learn some new ways to save. For example, we didn't eat out as much out of necessity, but we cooked a ton. You think I'm going to go back and eat out 5 nights a week like I used to? No, I'm going to cook more because that's actually something that I learned to enjoy over the last year. And that's a savings that I'm going to take with me into the new normal. But my big point here is just to kind of review how you have been spending and saving, decide what's going to stay, what you're going to quit, and really think about ways to maybe even find new savings for some of those bigger summer experiences that you want to have. I'll give you one example. Another example, over the last 14 months, we switched car insurers because we weren't driving as much, and we wanted to benefit from that, frankly. And so we actually found a car insurer named Metro Mile. I've actually started to partner with them. It's a pay per mile car insurance company, and it's brilliant. A lot of us are low mileage drivers. Many of us drive fewer than 10,000 miles per year. And so why should we pay extra for that, right? We should just sort of pay for what we drive. And I think going forward, even with the new normal, with people reemerging, I don't think our driving habits are going to go back to 2019 levels. And so you may benefit from this. I would highly recommend this could be a savings, not just for the summer, but for the entire year. We saved $1,000 with this one switch.
Well, that adds up. And now speaking of cars, so we know gas prices are going up. Car rentals are hard to get because of the pandemic. I mean, how can people save on that expense of a trip?
Well, I didn't mention this, but with Metro Mile, you can actually, if you're going to go on a long road trip, let's say over 250 miles with your own car, the miles over 250 are free. So you're not going to get charged for that. I would also recommend, carpooling, and there's safety in numbers, and there's also savings in numbers, right? When you can go in a group and split the expenses at the hotel or, the lodging, or even renting the car together, the bigger car to fit all of you, that's a great way to reduce your expense this summer.
Mm-hmm. And we're hearing from some of the big companies, Target and others, that they're seeing apparel sales back up again as people are going back to work and they're going to social events again. Any tips on making sure we don't overspend in that area?
Yes. Well, good to see retail is on the up and up. But for us, for our purse strings, really important to revisit your own closet. Shop at home first before you shop anywhere else, because we may have forgotten that we own things, frankly, with tags still on them. Because I don't know about you, but back in January, February of last year, I bought a few things thinking I was going to wear them and look all cute for the spring. And then that never happened. I basically wore yoga pants for the next year. And so I know personally for me, there are some really lovely items in my closet that have just been collecting dust, no wear or tear otherwise, but really need to take that out and get the mileage out of that.
And make sure we can still fit into them after the pandemic 15 or
Yeah,
whatever.
that.
Okay, so where can people go for any more information, or do you have a website or Twitter? How can they find out more?
Yeah, so for following me, you can do that on Instagram, Farnoosh Torabi. I have a podcast called So Money with Farnoosh Torabi. You can subscribe anywhere podcasts are available. And I would really recommend checking out Metro Mile, even if just to try it out for 2 weeks for free. You can do that through their ride along feature in the app. Go to metromile.com, or you can grab the app at any one of your favorite app stores.
Okay, and I've heard of Metro Mile, so I'll definitely check it out. So thank you so much, Farnoosh, for joining us and all those good tips for the summer.
My pleasure. Thank you.